Now, what is the implication of this statement? What is line integral? Magnetic field due to a circular coil was calculated by using a finite starting point nor a finite line integral of what? Then all the other fingers, these fingers which encircle the conductor. Hello students, this is SD Sir again from the Temple of Excellence, Vidyashram Pre-University College. In my previous session, we took over to a very important derivation where I derived an expression for magnetic field by considering a point on the axis of a circular coil and by considering the same point at its center. And we concluded saying that magnetic field is maximum at the center of the coil, a circular loop which carries current. Again, in my today's discussion, a very important discussion, we will understand Ampere's circuital law and the applications of Ampere's circuital law. Fine. So, we begin understanding the statement of Ampere's circuital law. Again, a very important 3-mark question, something called Ampere's circuital law. We will go through the statement of this law. The law says the line integral of the magnetic field, a very important term, something called as line integral. Probably you may hear this term for the first time. Line integral of what? Line integral of the magnetic field. We are considering something called line integral of the magnetic field about a closed path. Very important term. Line integral about a closed path is equal to mu naught times the net current enclosed by the path. Again, I will emphatically state Ampere's circuital law. It says the line integral, please to follow, line integral of what? Magnetic field, where about a closed path is equal to what? Mu naught times the net current flowing through that path. And mathematically we write line integral. This is the symbol for line integral. Integration symbol with a circuit or integration symbol with a circle. So line integral vector B dot vector dl, it is read as line integral of vector B dot vector dl is equal to mu naught I. Now, what is the implication of this statement? What is line integral? Why do I use line integral? It is very simple. Observe, dear students. Suppose I have a magnetic field B. Magnetic field B acting around this closed path. Magnetic field B which is acting around this closed path, and I is the current which is flowing through this closed path. I repeat, I have considered a magnetic field B that is acting around this closed path, and I is the current that is flowing through the closed path. My dear students, it is difficult for us to evaluate the magnetic field around this closed path. A closed path alli magnetic field strength na kandidiyodu kashta. Why? It is a closed path. Andre, there is no bounds of integration. You don't have a lower limit. You don't have an upper limit. You don't have a finite starting point nor a finite ending point about which I can know the actual field. It is simply a closed path. A closed path alli starting point to gottilla, ending point to gottilla. I don't know which is the starting point, definite ending point in this closed path. So what do? I consider line integrals. No exaggeration. Brahma Bhauta Vijnana alla idu. ಲೈನ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾತ್ ನ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಸ್ ಗಳಾಗಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ವೇರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾತ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಬ್ರೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾತ್ ಇಂಟು ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ಸಿ, ಒನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ XY whose length is DL, one more strip whose length is DL, one more strip whose length is DL. So line integral ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾತ್ ನ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಗಳಾಗಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. So that I have a defined starting point and a defined ending point. Calculation of field becomes easy. So, the line integral of this magnetic field should always be equal to mu naught times. Why mu naught? Magnetic field, permeability ಬರಬೇಕು. Electric field ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ permittivity ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. Mu naught times I, which is the current flowing through the closed path. So very clearly, what does Ampere's circuit law say? Line integral. Line integral of what? Magnetic field. Where? About a closed path is equal to what? Mu naught times the current that is flowing through that path. Why line integral? If I have a closed path, I don't have the definite starting point, or I don't have the definite ending point. So integration is difficult. calculation of magnetic field is difficult. So what have I done? I have broken the closed path into straight strips, straight regions, and magnetic field about that closed path is mu naught times I, where B is the applied magnetic field, dl length of the small element xy. Nodi, ಈ closed path na I have broken down into a linear strip, a small element xy whose length is dl. Mu naught, absolute permeability of free space. I, current flowing through the closed path. And any closed path to which Ampere's law is linked or applied is called as an Amperian loop. So what is Amperian loop? It is the closed path to which Ampere's law is applied. Now, let us go over to the application of Ampere's law. We're using Ampere's law. I'm calculating magnetic field due to a straight conductor carrying current. Magnetic field due to a circular coil was calculated by using, yes, Biot-Savart's law. Magnetic field due to a straight conductor is calculated by using Ampere's circuital law. Straight conductor andreno wire. Now, XY is a straight conductor of infinite length. I have considered a wire. I have considered a straight conductor XY of infinite length, and I is the current which flows through that conductor. So XY is a straight conductor. XY is a wire of infinite length. I is the current which flows through the wire directed from X to Y. Now, I consider a point P at a distance R from this conductor. P is some point at a distance R from this wire, and it is at P I am calculating magnetic field. How? By using Ampere's circuital law. To apply Ampere's circuital law, there has to be an Amperian loop which is passing through the point P. Again I repeat, P is a point at some distance R from the conductor. I am calculating the magnetic field at this point P. How? Very simple. I am applying Ampere's circuital law. If I need Ampere's circuital law, there has to be an Amperian loop. So an Amperian loop has to pass through the point P. And if you observe, whatever we told in electrostatics as a comparison, vector dl is along the direction of vector B. Magnetic field is tangential to the given surface as our electric field. So whatever considerations say, conductor XY carries current I, P, some point at a distance R from the conductor, an Amperian loop passes through the point P. Vector B and vector dl are in the same direction. Now, from Ampere's circuital law, what was the mathematical form? Line integral of vector B dot vector dl is mu naught times the current passing through it. So line integral of B dot dl is mu naught times I. Consider a dot product. Vector B dot vector dl, dot product expansion B dl cos theta. Dot product ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ cos theta mu naught I. Now what is theta? As you see in the diagram, B and dl are in the same direction. So theta is 0, which means cos 0 is 1. So vector B cos 0 is 1. So line integral of dl is mu naught I. Now, what should be the line integral of dl? If I am breaking this loop into small segments, this is one dl, this is another dl, this is another dl, this is another dl. So if I break the closed path, the Amperian loop, into small segments, each of length dl, when I integrate them, I get back the circumference of the loop. Therefore, line integral of dl is 2 pi r, which is the circumference of the closed loop or circumference of the Amperian loop. So B equals mu naught by 2 pi I divided by R, and this is the expression for the magnetic field due to a straight conductor carrying current. So very evidently you see, I have used Ampere's law here, Ampere's circuital law, to arrive at the expression mu naught divided by 2 pi I divided by R. Now, what is the direction of this magnetic field? The direction of the magnetic field around a straight conductor is given by right hand clasp rule, generally stated as right hand rule, which says if the straight conductor, assume the pen to be a straight conductor carrying current, is held firmly in the right hand. I am clasping, holding the conductor very firmly in the right hand, such that the thumb points the direction of the current in the conductor. The thumb is giving the direction of current in the conductor. Then all the other fingers, these fingers which encircle the conductor, gives the direction of the magnetic field. So the rule says, if we hold a straight wire in the right hand such that thumb gives the direction of the current, it gives the direction of the current flowing in the conductor, then all the other fingers encircling the conductor gives the direction of magnetic field around the conductor. Now, as a application of Ampere's circuital rule, we study something called as solenoid. Ideal solenoid. In the lab, you use a device called rheostat. Variable resistor ant karitira. A rheostat is a suitable example for a solenoid. What is solenoid? It is a cylindrical coil of many tightly wound turns of insulated wire. A cylindrical coil irutte, there will be tightly wound turns. A copper wire is tightly wound on the cylindrical body, and that is called a solenoid. Each turn of the wire is considered as a circular loop. And the magnetic field at the center of the loop, B equals mu naught Ni. This is the magnetic field at the center of the solenoid. B is mu naught Ni, where small n is the number of turns in the solenoid. I is the current flowing through the solenoid. If the small n is capital N by L, what is capital N divided by L? Turns per unit length of the solenoid. Then the magnetic field is given as mu naught. The small n is capital N by L into I. So this is in terms of turns per unit length and magnetic field at the center. Now if you note here, magnetic field at either ends of the solenoid will be mu naught Ni by 2. This is the expression for magnetic field at the ends of a solenoid, two ends of that cylindrical coil. At the center, it is mu naught Ni. At the two ends, mu naught Ni by 2, which shows, so if you observe the diagram, variation of magnetic field is only at the ends of the solenoid. Any variation of magnetic field you can see is happening at the ends of the solenoid. At the center, magnetic field is uniform. So similarly, students, I would like you to have an assignment using Ampere's circuital law as we did for a solenoid. Please work out the magnetic fields due to a toroid. They are identical to each other. I did it for the solenoid. You will be doing it for the toroids. I expect you have followed this session. Again, Ampere's circuital law and its applications, very important from the point of view of the exam. Thoroughly practice. It is only practice that can make you perfect. Yes, students, aim high, achieve it. Have a very good time. We'll meet each other in the next session. Thank you.